Hi, this is Francisco Gil-White interviewing Rabbi Uri Sharkey on Arutz Tov. Thank you for joining us, Rav Sharkey. It's a pleasure to be speaking to you today.
To me too, and I hope for all our followers.
Thank you. I'm very interested to speak to you, Rav Sharkey, because I understand that you are chairman of Brit Olam, and that Brit Olam is an effort to reinvigorate and expand, we might say, I guess, the movement of the children of Noah. Would that be a proper way of describing it?
Yes, Noahism, as we call it, is a movement to promote the universal messages of Judaism.
Aha.
And a part of this, universal message is also the laws of the son of Noah, but it is a part, and it is the core of this project, but it is much wider.
Please tell us, what are the 7 laws of Noah, and who do they apply to?
Yes, 7 laws of Noah are absolutely universal. It is quite resemble to universal morality, not to practice idolatry, not to make blasphemy, not to kill, not to steal, not to have forbidden sexual relations, not to be cruel to animals, and have courts to judge the society. This is the 7 laws, and it is the basis. The basis because it is a negative definition, what not to do. But after that you know what not to do, so you have the role of developing a good society and a sane relationship with the divinity, and also with the people of Israel and with all the mankind.
Okay, so the 7 laws of Noah, we might call them the 7 basic laws of fundamental ethics. You know, how to respect your fellow man, how to have a proper relationship with the divinity. And the 7th law, that you must establish your own courts, that is the law that invites us to develop an entire system that may have some points of close agreement with the 613 mitzvot of the Torah, but it doesn't have to have a full intersection with those 613 mitzvot plus the secondary law in the Talmud, correct?
If we want to be exact and correct, so we would say that the 7 laws are principles. Exactly as the 10 commandments are also principles who are detailed with the 613 mitzvot. So it is not so much different as it appears in first view, because if you make the details of the 7 laws, you have almost 50 laws, and it is not so far from the 248 positive commandments of the Torah, especially if we consider that in our days we are able to apply only about 60 mitzvot of Judaism, because we don't have temple, we have not the laws of purity, and so on. So it is not so far as it seems in first glance. But I would say that there is a very special contents to the laws of mankind and of Bnei Noach too, because it is the unity of values. You know that many civilizations or religions took one idea, one value, as the exclusive value. For example, Christianity considers that the only value is love and compassion. But making justice is not value, it is a necessity. In spite of this, in Islam, in the Muslim world, they consider that the justice, making the law, is essential, and the love is secondary. In Judaism, we make what we call the unity of values, Yehuda midot, and that is what we invite to in the whole contents of the mitzvot, because we cannot we cannot separate our monotheistic view of unity of every value in the world.
It is my understanding that the children of Noah, so to call yourself a son or a daughter of Noah is, in a way, it's an identity that makes you part of Jewish civilization without conversion to Judaism. Would I be correct in describing it like that?
Exactly, you are very right. The reason is that Judaism is not a religion. It is a national identity. And belonging to one national identity is very essential in the life of every fellow man. So you cannot come with this desire to convert everyone to be Jewish, but you can absolutely accept the idea that the Torah has something to give, to tell to every human being. For example, if you are American, or if you are Colombian, or Thai or Indian, so you have inside of you a very rich heritage of civilization, and being Jewish is would say that you will leave what you are to become another person. It is not fair to come with this exigence from any person. So being Noahide is better than convert to Judaism.
So in other words, the invitation to the Noahide movement is a way of bringing the nations of the world into a kind of alliance with Jewish civilization without requiring conversion to Judaism. In other words, if you become a son or a daughter of Noah, this is an actual status recognized by Jewish civilization, right? It's an identity recognized by Jewish civilization, by the Torah, and if you become a part of the Noahide identity, then in a way you are being invited to Torah study, to study Tanakh, to partake of the enormous literature and legal development in Jewish civilization. But you're not obligated to follow all of the laws that are laws that are specific to Jews. Although, I mean, I guess you're free to adopt some of them if you want to, but there is no obligation in the sense that a Jew is obligated to follow all of those mitzvot and the entire halakha.
Absolutely right. I would say that the Jewish people for the nations is a nation of priests, and the priest has obligations that the other persons don't have, and it must be also adapted to every civilization. I don't think that mitzvot that would be taken by Canadians, for example, fit also what Indian should do, because we are very different. We are multicultural, and so you cannot invite a person in India to be an American, for example. So the way they would keep, for example, the Shabbat or study, and what are the questions that that are interesting them are not the same in the different countries.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, and I promise to stay in touch and to initiate those conversations with you, which I hope will be very enriching for both of us.
Shalom, shalom.